C-130J, King 5-1 from the 920th Air Rescue Squadron, Patrick Air Force Base. From the left, you can see that Lockheed Martin C-130J model inbound. Para-Commandos going to be throwing out what we call woodies, wind drift indicators, and they're used here for some kids. Woodies, the wind drift indicators.
coming from the right to the left, so they'll wait till they get just past show center. And they should throw them now. There they are. Keep yourself hydrated. That's another problem we have ourselves. There's Mikey Wiskus in his little Pitts special. He'll be up circling our jumper in just a few minutes. We're going to get started here momentarily, but let me introduce a gentleman that is primarily responsible for what you're about to see today. Final jump run, setting up, level at 5,500 feet. When Chris Fucci leaves that airplane, like I said, before he deploys that parachute, it's 120 miles an hour, uses his arms and his legs to control the distance and the area. So that's 385 horsepower in that Pitts special, but 1,100 pounds is all it weighs, and it will go. All right, stand by. We're about 30 seconds away from jump time. Chris Fucci now at the back door. Jump master on board, calling for corrections to the pilot. This is Lucas Oil Special. Jumper's away. Jumper is away. And there goes Michael as he starts to circle around. Chris Fucci. He's already deployed that beautiful parachute from the special. Beautiful skies here this morning. Didn't look that way early on, but we've got great skies above us, nice and blue. You can see the contrast between the colors of the parachute, the flag, Mike Wiskus, and the smoke system on board the airplane.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glow, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And fly their bodies just like an airplane and open their parachute. There's the bomb burst. Now let's watch the simultaneous opening. Bam! there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, 4 good canopies. Now, while we await these gentlemen to come back to us, let me introduce my ground crew. Our drop zone safety officer, keeping us safe. He's a U.S. Air Force SEER specialist, Master Sergeant Ben Jonas.
I will proudly take the stand when liberty's in jeopardy. I will always do what's right. I'm out here.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, our number 1 jumper, he's a U.S. Army Special Forces NCO. He's a Green Beret. He has over 6,000 jumps, and he's bringing in the Special Operations Command flag. So let's give Sergeant Major Jose Vasquez a big round of applause. Come on, Jose, get you some, big boy. And there he is, a nice tip-top landing. Our number 2 jumper. He is a U.S. Army Ranger. He has over 6,000 jumps, and he will soon be the non-commissioned officer in charge of the team. Ladies and gentlemen, Sergeant First Class, Aaron Fiegel. Our 3rd jumper, he is a member of the Netherlands Army. He is a Lieutenant Colonel in Special Forces. He's flying in his reserve. We'll figure out what went wrong here in a minute, but he's landing nice, soft, and safe. Let's welcome back Lieutenant Colonel John DeLong. And our 4th and final jumper, he's a U.S. Army Special Forces officer with more than 5,000 jumps. He is my replacement. He will be the OIC of the team come December. Lieutenant Colonel Ken Ace.
It looks like the 130 is actually coming in slow. They've got their flaps extended to about 70%. They've got the hoses hanging.
Yeah, this will give you an example, ladies and gentlemen, of the versatility of this airplane, because they can refuel not only helicopters in the air, but fast-moving jets as well. So as it comes over, you'll notice we call the hoses are being dragged, and at the end of those hoses, there's a basket, and the jets or the helicopters have a nose probe, and they can push that nose probe right up into that receiving sack up there and take on fuel. So this is the refueling mode of the C-130J.
Yeah, so the helicopters have a probe that extends about 10 feet beyond the rotor blade, and what they do is they push stripes. When that first white stripe goes inside the pod, fuel starts flowing, and we can do 2 helicopters or 2 Ospreys or multiple aircraft at a time.
Yeah, as you explained earlier, one hose is a fast delivery system, the other one is a slow one, so you can take on jets.
The ones you looked at just performed very well.
Yeah. It can carry up to 92 personnel, 42,000 pounds of cargo, or that's equivalent to the weight of about 9 pickup trucks. And with that load, fly more than 2,000 miles. Okay, we've got full flaps down now, Shane, and landing lights on, so we're going to shut her down there.
And as soon as they hit the ground, they're going to slam on the brakes, so those engines reverse, and they'll stop that aircraft at about 1,000 feet.
Too bad they're not right out in front of us, or you could hear the reverse of those propellers to assist.
Now you can actually, a lot of times we're doing this, we're trying to sneak in, pick some people up and get the heck out of there without anybody knowing that we're there. And these new props that are new to this aircraft to us, you can actually put them in whisper mode. You can actually flatten those blades to where it's real quiet. So as you can see, you can't really even hear it right now. It can be even quieter once we stop.
And did you tell me that there's another propeller somewhere on the airplane?
There is. It looks like there's only 4 propellers on that aircraft, but actually there are 5 total. The one that you can't see is under the radar. It's actually a model aircraft propeller that pulls down the radar. So a landing like this we would do in a very, like I said, if we're trying to get in on a very short field, leave enough runway in front of us to take off, we would land, stop as quickly as we could. Literally as soon as those back wheels touch the ground, you're opening that back ramp and door so it gets to the ground by the time the plane comes to a complete stop. You upload, whether it's pararescues, Navy SEALs, whatever special force team, or even patients that you're trying to recover into that aircraft. As soon as they get on board and the ramp leaves the ground, the loadmaster in the back tells the aircraft commander that he's cleared to taxi, and essentially they start running those engines back up and release the brakes and get back off the ground. Our typical ground time in a scenario like that is typically less than 3 minutes. So there you go, the running engines back up.
You can hear it now. Watch how quickly he can get off and how steep that climb is. A clean 5-1, a 4-1 today. Rotate. I think a remarkable record held by the C-130 was back when we were evacuating Saigon, Vietnam at the end of the war. From the 920th, way back at them, they're waving at you.
Repositions his aircraft and demonstrates the low altitude, high speed capability of the F-16. As he passes show center, he'll be traveling just under the speed of sound at 700 miles per hour. That's less than half the Viper's top speed of Mach 2.
Moving like the speed of sound.
As he returns to show center, Major Smith will accelerate, dropping in from the left. Toro and the turbo.
In a dogfight, the ability to turn tight is crucial. Watch now as Toro shows you just how exceptional the F-16 is in a 9G turn. At show center, he'll bank sharply and accelerate through a tight turn, pressing to the seat with the force of 9 times his normal weight, or 9 Gs.
And now, one more time from your right. Watch as Toro unleashes the sound of freedom. He'll flirt with the sound barrier as he crosses show center at 950 feet per second.
Alright, Sanford, here comes the speed. 400 knots. 450. 500. 550. 620.
move like 120 miles per hour. When he reaches show center, Major Smits will apply full afterburner and accelerate his aircraft in a nearly vertical climb, demonstrating the F-16's awesome thrust-to-work ratio in a maneuver we proudly call the rocket launch. As he sends it from 300 feet to over 3 miles.
I wanna elevate.
So bravely fighting today's joint fight.
Now from behind the crowd to the right, the F-16 Viper demonstration team proudly presents the dedication pass.
Maintained by our expert team of maintenance professionals. Crew Chief, Staff Sergeant.
Watch your tongue or have it cut from your head.
Global visions, reach, and power. Airmen throughout the Air Force and Air Combat Command are fully engaged as part of America's joint force in every region of the world, in every mission area, across the full spectrum of military operations.
We have a proud history and heritage, and will continue to ensure that the unique contributions of air power will endure long into the future. On behalf of the United States Air Force, the Commander of Air Combat Command, General Mark Kelly, and all the men and women of Air Combat Command, thank you for your attendance, thank you for your patriotism and support. Back to you, Larry. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sanford.
Hey, nice round of applause for 99222. Special thanks to Constant Aviation here for their support of the air show, L3 Harris, as well as Avocet, and many others that we owe deep felt thanks. Millionaire is proud to be better known and managed, providing the ultimate VIP experience to military, civilian, and corporate aircraft at the Sanford International Airport. Millionaire Orlando is powered by Freeman Holdings Group, serving those who serve us. And we would be remiss if we didn't thank some of the hotels that have provided lodging for all of the crews here. Special thanks to the Embassy Suites, Westin Orlando, Hampton Inn and Suites, Hilton north of Orlando, that's in Altamont Springs, Orlando Marriott Lake Mary, and the Westin Lake Mary, Orlando North. Thank you so very, very much. Heritage Flight Aircraft first, and then it'll be followed by the Raptor departure.
floor.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and on behalf of the United States Air Force, the Commander of Air Combat Command, General Mark Kelly, the Raptor's advanced flight controls combined with its powerful engine allows the F-22 to pull more than 9 times the force of gravity. Watch from the right as the Raptor demonstrates its tight turn capabilities with a minimum radius horizontal turn, then power straight into the vertical. Then watch as Major Gunderson change his direction with the amazing J-turn reposition. The F-22 is a supersonic, multi-role, and highly agile stunt fighter with a fully internal combat weapon zone. Ready those cameras as well the base from left and sight as well as the airways.
Some came home in a plywood box with those stars and stripes on top.
Since 9/11, your United States Air Force has provided over 900,000 air missions in support of today's fight, guaranteeing our joint forces the freedom to attack, freedom from attack, and freedom to maneuver. However, our potential adversary have not sat by idly. Instead, they have developed increasingly capable fighter aircraft and surface-to-air missile systems, potentially putting our freedoms in harm's way. The F-22 Raptor is the answer. With this stealth, super cruise, precision weapons engagement, and fully integrated avionics, the F-22 ensures our ability to provide air dominance worldwide for the United States and our allies. Formation is a World War II era P-51 Mustang flown by retired General Tommy Williams, an F-22 flown by Major Joshua Gunderson, an F-35 flown by Captain Kristen Wolf, and an A-10 flown by Major Cody Wolf. Formation approaches Show Center, we would like to dedicate today's Heritage Flight to all the military veterans and attendants who sacrificed over the years to help preserve America's freedom. The lead pilot in the P-51, Mr. Tommy Williams, call sign Lebanon, from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tommy began flying when he was 16 years old in Houston, Texas, after attending Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. He was commissioned to the Air Force in 1981 and started flying F-15s, F-16s, and acquired over 3,800 flight hours with 200 combat hours. Duty. He entered the Air Force Reserves and retired as a Major General in 2017 as the Director of Operations at Headquarters Air Force in the Pentagon.
25th Fighter Group. And now, from the right, the slow roll. Now positioning his aircraft to perform a level 360 high G turn. It's the A-10's quick turn rate and small turn radius, which is able to work effectively over the battlefield even under remarkable weather conditions. Turn in only 1,400 feet.
What does you see here in action today? In the flying the cockpit of an F-22. On the ground, guaranteeing its readiness to fight. Please speak with any member of any Air Force demo team on your local Air Force career. These Air Force warriors will answer any question you have. Help yourself to your path for an amazing Air Force career. You can reach us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at F-22 Demo Team. On behalf of the United States Air Force, its Commander, NCC Commander, General Mark Kelly, and all the men and women of Air Combat Command, thank you for your attendance, thank you for your patriotism, and most of all, thank you for your support. Back to you, Larry. Thank you, Sanford.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have the demonstration, the F-22 Raptor. Wasn't the heritage flight beautifully done? Stealth fabrications, stealth paint, you name it. An almost invisible airplane. All right, stand by. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you once again to the Lockheed Martin Space and Air Show. I'm the F-35 Demonstration Team Chief, Technical Sergeant Tim Erickson from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm joined today by our Team Superintendent, Master Sergeant Lance Murphy from Arlington, Texas, as well as our Team Safety Observer and Combat Ready F-35 pilot, Captain Ryan Rifle Allen. Captain Allen is a combat veteran fighter pilot with more than 500 hours in fighter aircraft and hails from Youngsville, Louisiana. As a member of the 3D8 Fighter Wing, commanded by Colonel Stephen Bean, located at Hill Air Force Base.
On its way to Pittsburgh. One of the 75 non-stop flights out of Orlando Sanford International Airport.